so that the router will be able to communicate with router 1 will be able to communicate with router 2. So the IP address on that side would be, let's go interface gigabit 0/1, enter, right, IP address, and we're going to set the IP address, and the IP address is 192.168, right, .1.65, and the default gateway is 255.255.255. Alright, so right now shut down, and we're going to exit and exit again and write to memory. Alright, so now we have it set for router 1. Now we're going to do the same thing on router 2. Right, so if you go to configuration to check, all we have is just the configure for gigabit 0. The group says a static routers yet, so we'll go ahead and we would write interface, we're going to the interface gigabit 0/1, right, and we'll put the IP address, and the IP address for this was 192.168.1, right, and we're using the last IP address in the subnet range because that's what we were told to do. We're told to use the first IP address for router 1, and then this is the last IP address in this range for router 2. Alright, so subnet mask is 255.255.255.24. Alright, but first I have to allow shutdown. Right, incorrect IP address assigned. Did I enter this IP address wrong? Okay, so let's go back and check. Okay, so it appears that I put the wrong IP address in gigabit 0 for the default gateway. Yeah, for network 3. So I need to fix that. Right. Yeah. So yeah, so I need to change the address. Alright, so we go back here and interface. Right. So interface. Now we're gonna go back to gigabit 0.0 port 0.0. Right, and now we're gonna set the IP address. And IP address 192.168.255.255.255.255. Invalid IP address. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna set the IP address. So IP address is 192.168.1, right, .97. That's the default gateway, right? And so the mask 255.255.254, and we're gonna do a no shutdown on this, right? And exit. So now we're going to set the IP address for the route between router 2 and router 1. So it's going to be 192.168.1.32, subnet mask 255.255.255.224, and it's going to be from 192.168.1.1.65. Right. So hit enter. Right, exit, and we're gonna do exit, and we're gonna write to memory. Right, so if you go back to check now our static router is set. Right, so it's gonna communicate to the router 1 via that route, and you see we've made the change here for gigabit 0 and gigabit port 1. Right, so just to reiterate, port 1 is what the router is using to communicate to each other, and gigabit 00 is the default gateways for the networks with PC0 and PC1. Right? Still not connected. Okay, so let's go back to check to see something must be off. What was not configured? Okay. Static router set. Now, let's see what's going on here. Okay, gigabit 0 seems to be okay. Gigabit 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I now see the issue. I don't know if anybody else seen it, but the router itself for port status was not set on, so that was the issue. Alright, so now we should have communication between the two routers. Okay, now let's test to see if we can ping between the networks. So we would start by pinging to see if we can get through to the other side of the route. So we're gonna ping 192.168.1.65 to see, let's see, yeah. Alright, so we're able to make connection with the other side of the router. Yeah, see right here. Alright, now let's see if we can ping the other side of router 1. So 192.168.1.94. Let's see. Press them out. Okay, it's gone through, so we're able to ping on router 1 and on the other end to router 2. Right, now let's see if we can ping network 3 default gateway. So 192.168.1.97. Right, so let's see if we're able to communicate all the way across there. Right, and we can see ping successful. Now let's see if we can ping PC2. So PC2 ping 192.168.1.98. And okay, and it worked. Right, so let's see if we can ping. We'll try to ping on the other end from PC1. So we'll start by pinging the default gateway on this network. Alright. Let me just bring this down a bit. Okay, so we can see the IP addresses. Make a bit smaller. Okay, now we can see all the IP addresses. Alright, great. So let's start by pinging the default gateway 192.168.1.97. That's our default gateway. Alright, and successful. Now let's ping on the other end of the router. So we're ping 192.168.1.94. Right, and now let's ping, we're going to ping to the other side of 201, 192.168.65, and it's successful. Alright, now we're going to ping the default gateway for network 1. So 192.168.1.33. And finally, let's ping PC0 just to say hi. 192.168.1.34 and being successful. So we've completed our static our package reassessment, and I just like to say thank you for watching.